Check out this awesome 1997 Pontiac Trans Am. Powered by about a 500 horsepower V8 engine, aluminum heads, Edelbrock intake. The engine runs awesome, and I personally have drove this car 280 miles home and drove it around back and forth to my house a couple times. It runs and drives excellent. Previous owner stated that the motor had about 500 horsepower. I have no way of proving that, but I don't have any receipts or a dyno, but it runs like it. The paint job is in excellent condition, and it's got a set of Foose rims on it with BFG tires. It's got a set of 18s on the front. And 20s on the rear. It's got four-wheel disc brakes. It's got the WS6 handling package. It's got T-tops, tinted glass. As we look up and down the side, the paint's in great shape. Body is super straight on it. It's got MagnaFlow dual exhaust. It's got a beefed up rear suspension and front shocks as well. They've all been modified. As far as the paint on the car goes, it's got a beautiful paint job. Very, very few flaws on it. It's got a few chips in the, like some old rock chips on the hood. But as far as any rust issues, there's no rust anywhere on the rockers, doors, fenders. Laser straight paint job. The car is in absolutely remarkable condition, with an exception to some wear on the seats and headliner. As we look in the door panel area, the paint in the door jambs is excellent. It's always been a red car. I don't think it's ever had any paint work to speak of. It's got some little stress cracks, stuff like that in the passenger seat, but not bad at all. Back seat's in good condition. As far as the headliner goes, it needs a new headliner. It's not fallen down or anything like that, but it has shrunk along the edge by the T-tops. It's got a nice stereo system in it. It's got a couple subwoofers in the trunk. It's got a CD player nicely done in the dash. Emergency brake works on it. Door shuts great, lines are nice on the car. As far as chips, it's got quite a few little rock chips right here on the bottom edge of the rocker. Right along there where you go in and out. Other than that, it's got a hairline little scratch right up here that can be buffed out. A bunch of little rock chips. You see by my finger there. I guess that's not even a rock chip there. Very few flaws. I mean, just a beautiful car. Pretty sure this car's never been painted. I don't see any spot in the jambs where it's been painted. Tachometer works, carries 60 pounds oil pressure after it's warmed up. Amp gauge, temp gauge works, gas gauge works. I've got 282 miles on it. Since I purchased it, I drove it home and have drove it around, so it runs and drives awesome. I didn't find any problems with it. As far as the heat goes, heater works great, defroster works nice. It's got a manual 6-speed transmission. Horn works. All the power windows, power locks all work. Hideaway headlights work great. Basically just a turnkey, ready to go car. Parking brake works as well. With the 4-wheel disc brakes, the brakes stop great. Cruise control works as well. So the cruise works. I thought driving and videotaping a 4-speed was tough. The 6-speed makes it really hard. As far as the suspension goes, the shocks and stuff are all new, but they've got an updated suspension in the rear. If you look at the undercarriage pictures, you'll see that. The suspension is just there to help with the handling of all the horsepower. Everything works good on the car. I don't know about the air conditioning unit. I haven't checked into that, but I know everything else works perfectly on it. Tons of power. It handles great. This car's a blast to drive. Front end feels nice, tires are good. I don't think this car mechanically needs anything.